Hey, Todd from Lowbrow Customs here. We're going to show you how to build a set of these forks using the Lowbrow Customs tapered fork lowers. All right, let's make all these parts into a couple of fork legs. But before we do that, I want to talk about a couple other things real quick, like these are our tapered lowers. Oh boy, would you look at that. That's real nice looking. Now, at the top of this, when it's all assembled, there's going to be some different choices for you. We have these really awesome Lowbrow Customs premium fork seal covers. These fit great. They fit way better than any other ones you're going to find out there. This is an exclusive product available from Lowbrow Customs, not found anywhere else on the internet. You can also do one of these. Look at that. Look how nicely that fits on there. And then one other neat product we have here is this Lowbrow Customs exclusive fork brace. We're not going to use this, but if we were going to use this, look how that slips right over that. Like perfect. Absolutely perfect. A good application for this would be when you start putting extended forks on your bike with no fender, this is a must-have. So if you've got a 4 over, a 6 over, 10 over, you need this fork brace to keep your forks stable and to keep them from twisting. So you can find that on the website, Lowbrow Customs exclusive, not found anywhere else on the internet. This product is also available in a standard width if you're going to do our lowers with your trees. It'll be a standard width. If you're going to use the narrow trees, you'll get the narrow one. I was taking the lowers out of the box, and there's also an axle in here. This axle will be for if you are using your stock triple trees with our tapered lower. So we're using narrow trees, so we won't use this axle. There's also a couple of socket head bolts in the box with the lowers. That's going to be for the pinch bolts on the bottom. Because when you see how we designed this axle, you're going to go, wow, that's pretty cool. But at any rate, and we're not going to install those just yet because we need to come up through the bottom to put the damper tube bolts on there. So we'll set that aside. We'll get something soft to put our lower on. Okay, let's go ahead and grab one of our fork tubes out of here. But before we do that, let's tell you about all the awesome freaking new fork tubes Lowbrow Customs has on the site now. We got 2 over, we got 4 over, we got 6 over, we got 8 over, and we got 10 over. We got you covered. Whatever fork tubes you want, Lowbrow Customs has them. We're going to use standard ones for this. Sorry, that was awfully exciting for just that, all that build up for just using a standard one. But you know, I'm not building a chopper. You'll see it'll look kind of like a chopper. Okay. In preparation for putting these two pieces here together, we're going to put some bushings on there first. This larger bushing is going on the bottom, like so. Just slips over that. It's got a split end. And okay. And then we can put the other bushing on from the top, like so. Boom. Next thing is going to be this large washer. Flat side, round side. Flat side down. Boom. Seals coming next. That's the side that's going to face down. Boom. And that's how it'll look when you have everything on there. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our spring onto our damper tube like so. And then the damper tube is going to drop down and come out the bottom. Like so. Now, we need to put this chinga here on the end of that. And then you're going to need a long 6mm for the, and there's a sealing washer. Put your sealing washer on there. And then we're going to put this into the here. And then this is going to come up through the bottom here and tighten into the bottom of this because you can see there's threads in there. When the seal hits the underneath here, that's what keeps the fork oil from leaking out. All right, it's always a good idea to take just a little dab of type E fork oil, somewhere down there we go, and put it on these parts before you put it into. This will help these slide, and it will also help you to install the seal. Now we can go ahead and insert this in here. All the way till you feel that little thing at the bottom. And then we're gonna go ahead and insert this into here. Thread it into the damper tube. Okay, we're not gonna tighten that completely right now because there's a chance that the damper tube will spin around in the bottom. So once you've put the spring in and the top cap, then go back to the bottom and snug that up, tighten it really securely. I generally use my 3/8 impact. Brr, brr, done. That tightens it enough where it won't leak. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put the seal in and the clip. And in order to do that job, we have one of these nifty seal driver tools. This is also available on the website. Motion Pro. This one's kind of neat. I think we've demoed this before. You don't have to split it apart, but it will split apart if you have a fork already on a bike. Like if you're just changing the lower and you want to put the seal in, you can do it that way. Or you can do it this way by just sliding it over the end. I think I'm going to do this over here on the floor because I don't want the table bouncing up and down, banging up and down. And one more time for good measure. And there she is. The seal's installed. And then we're going to put this clip in there next. Oh, we already have one here. You can drop that over the top there. And then there's a groove in there. And we have a screwdriver handy. Get that started in there. And use the screwdriver to get it into the groove. You can see that's in the groove all the way around. That's it. A lot of people say tightly wound down, which is not a bad practice, but in theory, it really doesn't matter. The spring will do its job either way around. I know I probably said tightly wound down, and that's the way I've been taught to do it, and that's how I'm gonna do it now. All right, let's talk about preload for just a sec. Because this is a stock length tube with a replacement spring, it's down in the hole. That's how far my plastic, I just chose these. We are going to be offering PVC tubing. We also have a washer that we're gonna put in between the spring and the tube. We also have to take into account how much this is going to push this down when installed. So a good rule of thumb is having 3/4 to 1 inch preload. Now, if this were an extended tube, the spring would be way further down in there, and you would obviously have to cut the plastic way longer. Generally, what I tell customers when they call on the phone, they go, hey, I just put 4 over on my bike. What length spacer do I need? I tell them to cut one a little bit longer than 4 inch, or you can actually measure it by sticking it down in the hole and seeing how much is sticking out. So, but at any rate, and we also have to take into account that's, you know, a little bit of thickness there on that. So we'll measure this cap because that is gonna push down on there, and we've got like 3/4 of an inch. So if we're gonna go for 3/4 to 1 inch, we probably wanna cut this off pretty much even with the tube. And that way, when this goes down in there, it's gonna push this down that much, that 3/4 of an inch, and that should work out fine. So let's go ahead and we'll mark this with a Sharpie, and then we'll cut it off and we'll go ahead and put the cap on. Before you put your caps on, this stock style cap does take an O-ring. You're gonna just pop that O-ring on there like so. Next thing I'm gonna wanna do is put my fork oil in. And so since I haven't completely tightened that, I'm just gonna double check that it's as tight as I can get it until I put some pressure on it. And that's pretty tight. It's not gonna leak out there. I cut my spacer down, try to get that as straight as you possibly can. So I have spacer, washer, top cap. It's time to put some fork oil in here. If you consult your book for this style fork with a stock length or any length, it doesn't matter if it's 4 over, 6 over. I get that call pretty regularly. How much, I just put 6 over on my bike. How much fork oil do I use? The same amount you had in it before. And the reason for that is because the oil's down here. It's not up here, it's not way up here. Adding tube length is not changing fork oil capacity. So don't call me again with that silly question, all right? Now, according to the book, it'll be 9 ounces, but that's wet. This is all dry, all brand new parts. There's no fork oil clinging on the inside of the tube, the spring, anything. So we need to use the dry specification, which is 10.2 ounces. I like to use my little ratio right because it's got ounces on the side of it. Makes it real easy for doing this job. Also has a nifty little pouring spout where you don't need a funnel. So let's get our 10.2 ounces. Let's look and see which one's ounces right there, fluid ounces. Let's look on the side here and we see 8, 10. So we're gonna go to this line 10 and maybe it's skosh more for the 0.2. Once again, oh, that's purple. And there's 10.2. Perfect. Keep this, don't let it go this way because that's not good while you're trying to put this together. So go ahead and fill up our oil. Don't spill it or then you won't have 10.2. And generally I might put a tiny bit more in this jug because some's going to cling on this jug. You're not getting every last drop of it out of there. So let her drain real good. And there we go. Washer first on top of spring. Plastic next. And then cap. This is not an easy job. It's probably much easier to do this on the motorcycle. So I think we'll do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna slide this up in there and tighten the pinch bolt, and then the fork will hold the tube for us while we put the cap on. Okay, very good. Then we're gonna tighten this. We should have already had that all the way run down. But hey, you know, we'll get it done. Okay, now we're using this to hold it instead of me standing over there struggling. Okay, we're not gonna bore you with assembling a whole nother side. We just did that a few minutes ago. So if you need help, rewind the video. We got these parts and all kinds of more parts at lowbrowcustoms.com. If you need help with anything, you give me a shout. You can email me, Todd at Lowbrow Customs. You got a question on this stuff or anything else at all, give me a shout, call me up, email me,